Alrighty, so we're going to be attempting to showcase the Blackpowder Skip glitch. This was originally found on console, I believe, a while ago, and it still works on current patch, so I actually use it in the speedrun that I do for this game. Um, I'm a little superstitious about this in particular because my old run used a warrior as the one who was going to be standing up here and trying the glitch, and it worked decently often. And since I switched to mage as the class that I run through with, I've had more and more problems getting this clip to work. So I've actually begun to switch to Carver and have him run up into the wall, and maybe it's just me pretending to see things that aren't there, but I get the clip more often doing that. But we're going to try it like this. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get Hawk, or whoever you want it to be, and the rest of the party so far away that the game will not have them run back to you, but it will actually teleport them to your location. And when the game teleports them to you, there's a certain spot it puts them in no matter what. So we're going to try that and see how it works. To start, I hit tab to select the entire party. That's just my hotkey for it. I think it's by default something else. And I right click at a certain distance to get them to run there. And then I immediately turn Hawk around so that everyone except Hawk will run over there. And then we're going to send them all the way down these steps so that the game will tell itself, hey, these people are too far away, do something about it. And while they're doing that, Hawk is going to be running into this wall. There's a certain angle, I'm sure, but I haven't been able to find the exact angle. I've just found running at the corner seems to produce decent results, so we're going to be trying that first. And first try there, Meryl has clipped past the gate. Sometimes you'll clip and a part of them will still be in the gate. When that happens and you try to move forward, they'll actually just like fall backwards and they will not be in. But luckily we got it. So we're going to move Meryl up to the top, and then we're going to switch back to Hawk and tell everyone to hold position. We're going to run down here, because now what we need to do is we need to trigger that cutscene to complete the quest Blackpowder Promise. The problem is when we trigger the cutscene and exit the cutscene, it ports everyone inside the compound, and we won't be able to get out because we never actually activated the gate. I think the trigger for the gate being able to open is the cutscene right beforehand, where you talk to the Kunari standing outside. But we don't want to get stuck in there, because that would mean that the run is over. So instead, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to leave the zone at essentially the same time we trigger the cutscene. Don't ask me why, but the exit up front that most people use to leave it into the docks doesn't work for this. I don't know why it doesn't work, it just doesn't. People have tried it, I've tried it, I can't get the glitch to happen there no matter how hard I try. So we're going to have to use this one. Pretty much just get as close to it as you can. It'll ask you if you want to leave, hit no. That means that once you click on it, Hawk won't have to move, you'll just activate it. You're going to want to pause and switch back to whoever is inside this place. Yeah, sometimes they'll move down here like this. You're just going to have to move your camera and hope you get it right. Tell them to run over there. Hang on. Hang on. It's so difficult. That might work. That should work. Okay. I don't know why she moved down so much. They usually don't do that. And I'm going to unpause the game now. She's going to run past the cutscene trigger. Now I use a visual cue for this. If you look into the compound area on the minimap, that's the part that you see her dot in. There's a little X there. When she's about to get off of the bottom right of the X is about when you should click, because a couple frames after that is when the cutscene will start. Now, sometimes they won't run right at the X. It depends on where you tell them to go and what angle they're at. But you can generally use the end of the X as a cue. So we're going to try and see if we can get it to work. The goal is to click the loading zone in the couple frames that it takes the game to start the cutscene. Let's see if we can get it to work. Okay, so if you notice the first time I did it, it brought up the map. That was because I did it a couple frames too early, or maybe one frame too early. But now I clicked it again, and the cutscene started. So it loads the cutscene, because the cutscene takes precedence, and then the instant the cutscene ends, it brings up the map. You click something on the map, like you normally would when you have the map screen open, and the game will teleport you to that location, like it always does. But when you get here, you have completed Blackpowder Promise, because that is how you complete the quest. The instant that cutscene ends, the game's like, oh look what he did, and it congratulates you on it. And now that you've completed Blackpowder Promise, you have access to some other quests in Act 1 that you normally couldn't get until later. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It does take some time to get used to the trick, mostly the timing of clicking on the loading zone. The clip is kind of unreliable. I've found sometimes I get it first try, sometimes it takes me 6 tries. I think my world record run does it on the second try, I believe. I had a previous time that was on world record pace before I had the world record that got it first try. And then my 2:27:27, I think it took 5 or 6 tries to get that trick. So it's unfortunate it's so unreliable, but when you can get it to work like that, you're definitely on pace for a good run. And that is Blackpowder Skip. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.